welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining me today. Just a quick recap. We are a family of 5, so myself, my partner and our 3 children living in Australia, and we're aiming to pay off just under $25,000 worth of credit card and car loan debt this year. So this is just our journey on our budgeting adventure to try and get that debt reduced down. If you've gone back and watched the previous videos before, you would see that we've just had a major change this month now to our income, and we're heading into 2 weeks with no pay coming in. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here with the budget. Thank you again to everybody who has subscribed to join us along our journey. Thank you for your comments and your likes on the video. So let's just jump straight into it. I thought we could balance out the week just gone, balance out that budget and see where we actually ended up, and then we can have a look at the week coming to see where we're going to be. So just move some papers here. Alrighty, zoom you in. So here we had the income and rollover totaled at $1,980 because we were able to have a little bit of a higher rollover, and that wage will no longer be getting from, that was the last one, so moving forward that won't be coming in. So the AHM came in that bit higher because I had added extras to our hospital cover package, and we feel it's worthwhile for us because I need to go to the physio. I've got another appointment coming up in a few weeks, and we've been putting off like going to the dentist and that sort of thing, so we'll definitely get our money's worth for that. So let's just add up now the amount in our bills section. I bought this calculator just from our cheap shop because I didn't have one at home, and like it's okay, but it's not great. So I always feel like really unconfident because some of the keys are a bit sticky. Now look at that, isn't that funny? The amount that we were able to roll over extra, we ended up here with the same total even though we had that higher bill from AHM. That's just really funny, like that things work out that way. Huh. So that makes life a bit easier then. I was hoping that we were going to have a little bit more left over, and I was thinking of putting some money into the medical, like just having some money set aside for when I go to the physio in, what's the date today? I think next week. But we've left the same total, so I'll probably just roll it over and then add it in as a bill because I know how much it will end up being. So let's just double check our figures here now. And that's a little bit less than as well because I put in that extra 50 there for home maintenance, and we still don't have the light globes. So we used that money to go and buy some chemicals for the spa. We'd actually had it turned off and the pump not running for a few days, and when we opened it up last weekend it was really yucky. So we needed to get chemicals anyway, but we had to get one extra just to get it back to where it was. So, and as per usual, standing here next to the bird, my nose is dripping. I have to clean his cage out today. Put that in there. Alrighty. So we've got nothing over in sinking funds this week, and we've got nothing in extra debt either. Now, with my partner starting this new job, we are looking at selling. He has like a ute when he was doing like his trade work, but we're looking at selling that just because here in Australia South Australia, registrations for like utility vehicles is quite high. We try to aim to pay off like a year's worth, and it's almost $1,000, and then it's just like a really thirsty car, and it's a diesel. It's not very economical now that he only has to drive 2 minutes for work. So we're looking at getting a smaller petrol car, and we've actually found one at a car yard, so we're looking at potentially trading his in, seeing if we can do like a straight swap over, but of course we have that loan still on that car, so I'm not sure what will happen with that, you know, whether they will give us more for his and we can try and get that loan paid off and then buy this other car outright and not have a loan on it. So we'll see what happens there, and that'll probably all go ahead this week with that new vehicle purchase. So just, I can't move my book up any further, so I'll just move that down a little bit. We're at 0 then left over, and we've got 217 to roll over now for the new week that we're moving into. So even though we don't have any income from the main wage, my Centrelink money had come in for the paid parental leave, and hopefully we'll get a bit more rent unless that water pump gets fixed. So I'll have to jump online today and have a look at the program that they use to see where it's at, and then I might, you know, it might sort of give me an indication if the work is scheduled to be done or where it's at. It would be nice to have a little bit of rent money come in this week so we can see if we can just push that out a bit further, but this is a bit of a bummer. Obviously we needed those things for the spa, so that's fine, but it would have been nicer to have a little bit extra to roll over. Now, we knew school fees were coming up. I bit the bullet and I paid them from our savings just so they were like out of my hair, and if I got caught up in like trying to, you know, really be budgeting for these next few weeks, and I didn't forget about them, because we paid them for a year and you get a discount if you pay for the year in full, and I really didn't want to forget that because they were due like then if you pay them in full on the 1st of March, and just with February being like a funny short month, I didn't want to get caught out. Now I've not been to the bank yet to go and collect the money for today or tomorrow, so we'll just have to get that tomorrow and do that, but I've only got the $150 for the groceries this week, so we'll start trying to stock up still on some more sort of pantry staples and freezer staples to try and get by on a lesser budget there. All the ones here are sort of what I have written in, so I need to just buy lettuce for this today, but that's all I need to make the taco bowls and the taco wraps for the children, and then that'll give us leftovers for Thursday, because it's currently Wednesday today. Then I thought on Friday night we'd just have like a freezer pantry meal. Saturday I thought I'd leave it open because maybe sometimes we often go to like my parents' house and we might have dinner there with them. Sunday, a nice sort of fun easy day, and we might have hot dogs, and we just buy the hot dogs from Aldi, like hot dog buns and the sausages, and just make them at home ourselves. We don't buy takeaway. I can't remember the last time we've actually had takeaway. Obviously we had our anniversary dinner on the weekend, and it was so nice having that money that we'd budgeted for. If you've watched the previous videos, you'd know that we had budgeted $150. We ended up having money left over. I think it was only $13, but I moved that over to our emergency fund just to keep topping that up. I'm probably going to need to dip into that maybe at some point anyway. But it was really nice. We were able to get like a entree, starter, main meals, and a dessert plate that we shared, and we were able to each get a drink. So it was really nice just to be able to go out and not have that stress of like, oh, you know, we better get the cheapest stuff because we can't afford it. So I'm really glad that we did that, and we, you know, made sure we had the money to just treat ourselves. So it was really nice. So yeah, back to this. Then Monday I thought we'd do spaghetti because we haven't had that in a little while, and it's just something that you can put a lot of veg in and the kids actually eat it, so don't have to fight them to get them to eat it. I do have here our meal plan that I'd written out the other week. So just zoom out. So we ended up not having the chicken bake because I didn't want to buy the chicken. We had almost everything at home for a salami pasta. We had some cream that needed to be used up, so it's like a creamy tomato salami pasta. So we ended up having that because we had most of the things already at home. It was just the Roma tomatoes that we had to buy. We had the dinner out on Saturday and the children ate at their grandparents'. And my veggie fritters, they were okay. They didn't turn out too good though. I need to find a better recipe to follow. Like my partner, he liked it, but he'll eat anything. So the kids, I think they enjoyed it as well. And I mean, they were nice, but I just need to tweak that a little bit more. The savoury mince with rice. So this first night I cooked white rice. When we had the leftovers, we had it with brown rice and it was much, much nicer. So, and I'll definitely make that again because I was able to put like half a zucchini, a can of tomatoes, which the shop finally had, so I bought 4, 2 carrots, 2 small potatoes I was able to sort of cut up finely and throw in the sauce, and then I just put in tomato paste and barbecue sauce, and it all really came together really nicely. I would have put frozen corn in it, but when we went to the shops, my eldest child, she actually grabbed out corn on the cob, not the corn like little pieces. So I'll have to think how we can use those because we don't often have just corn. So whether we cook them up on the barbecue or something one night, and then yeah, the taco bowls because we had bought the things for that. So it was, you know, having the meal plan, but having a little bit of wiggle room to change things up if we didn't feel like one thing. The meal plans work really well for us, and it helps us keep our shopping budget down a lot lower. So that's really good for us. I thought we'd just have a quick look in talking about paying off that car loan. So it's the Colorado loan that we'll potentially be looking at paying off. So you can see at the end of this month, because that's what we started with, we'll be closer to 5,500 owing than 6, because obviously we've got the payments to come out to it. And I'm just, because I said to my partner, I don't know like if we'd be able to refinance the difference if we had to, just with me being off on maternity leave and all of that. Even though that we are currently paying the money, I don't know how it would work. So you would have $5,737 left on it. Now, like I had said before, my partner is going to get a payout of his long service leave for being in the trade industry. He can't roll that over into his new job, so he'll get a payout of that. And that's again the thing, I'm not sure if we'll use that to go towards paying this off and, you know, buying this new car outright, sort of then selling that. But we definitely, the different car is something that we want to do because it's just, this one's very expensive to run, and you know, the longer you keep it, the risk you run of like something going wrong with it that then you have to fix, and the parts and the labor and all that stuff is really expensive to fix it. Like we just had a major service done on it earlier this year, and just like it's just so expensive. So even though his father is a mechanic, to then pay for like the parts, it was a lot more than I thought it would be. So yeah, we'll just have to see what we decide with that and how we go. So that's sort of where we're at, and looking forward to the next few weeks. Like I've said previously, it's going to be tight. This is our last week now for February, and then we move into that March week where we'll be getting no income coming in. I actually did a keep in touch day at work yesterday, so I'll be getting some pay from that, but the pay cycle is, and like I said, my partner and me, we're working at the same place now. The pay cycle has been this week, so we have to wait another 2 weeks, but at least when he gets paid, I'll be getting paid, and I'm working another day next week. So I've sort of worked out from what I got paid previously that I did longer hours this time, so hopefully I'll be getting close to about $200 per day, so that will just help top up that lower wage for him. I think I've spoken before about how he's on a salary, so like it's a base pay and then the commissions are what like top you up, but obviously because he's starting out coming from the trade background now into sales, it's very different. So we don't want to have like a lot of pressure on him to be, you know, making lots of money straight up. You know, want to just let him ease into it without the financial pressure. So me working those few days sort of takes that stress off of him. So anyway, I'll leave it there for today. Sorry, the bird, always crazy. I thought he was over it. We've done so well these last few weeks without him going crazy, but whatever. I'll leave it here, and please come back, join me next week when we look at our first March budget and see how we've gone and if we've managed to find like any extra money and what decision we've come to with that car. But yeah, thank you for spending your time with me today. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.